Hello, lovely little Cancer, and welcome to your June 2020 reading, or Gemini season 2020, however you want to look at it. This is Aries Moon Arcana here. Kaya is my actual name. I was not given that name at birth. So what we're going to do is just kind of go through what you can expect, what sort of energies are going on. If it doesn't relate to you or resonate with you, as we always mention, check out your moon, rising, and Venus signs, because that might be a little bit more accurate for you, depending. So I pulled kind of an overall energy card to see what we're kind of digging into for this month. 10 of Wands. So I'm feeling like there's some work to be done here. Lots of responsibilities kind of getting piled on. I don't always read this card as like too much necessarily. It just feels like, it looks like he's just, he's done a lot of work and he's taking all those sticks back to the village. So he's got more work to do and there's lots to do, but he's just doing it because it's what he's got to do. So I see it more like, yes, it's hefty responsibility, but not too much, not more than you can handle necessarily. But maybe the cards will say otherwise, but just as kind of a general vibe, I'm just getting like, things are going to start to pick up in June. I think that we're going to be, things are going to start getting lifted, like bans and stuff like that around the world. So it is possible that you'll start, your work will just go right back to where it was before and you'll have lots more to do. So let's get into it, shall we? And I'm going to move you down here so you can check it out. Oh, that's not pretty. Let's move that little sticker out of the way. All right. So let's clear the air here. A little bit of sage. Or we can just throw sage all over the house. Yep, that's what we're doing today. All right, clear the energy for Cancer, for Gemini season. Starting fresh. Back to zero. I always like to envision the cards just being plain white and not really knowing what they have on them until we pull them. All right, let's get some info, shall we? For Cancer, for June 2020, Gemini season 2020. What are we looking at? What can we expect? What's the haps? What's the deal? What's going on with our little Cancer babies? What's going on with my fellow water sign Cancerians? I'm a Scorpio. I think I put that in the description of my about section, rather. So let's see here. What can we let Cancer know this month? Seeing some responsibilities coming on strong. So, well, the 8 of Wands is indicating a very similar thing to what I was saying. 8 of Swords. Judgment reversed. I'll pull one more. Chariot reversed. So what I'm seeing here is that while there's lots to do, it's not necessarily going to be to a specific end this month. There's going to be a lot that you're preparing for and gathering and figuring out, but you're not going to necessarily pull the trigger in June. Could very easily be the month after, July. So, when we pull some outcome cards and clarify, we'll get some more information about it. But it looks like you are, with the 8 of Wands here, kind of ready and raring to go. Like, you're excited about it. You know that you have these responsibilities that you have to kind of, put your focus on, and it's been really challenging lately. So I think you're really, really excited to get back up on that horse and just get your shit together and just start going for it. So there's a lot of energy here for that, and I think that's really a great way to start the month, just feeling jazzed, certainly. So the 8 of Swords here, it might indicate that you're kind of like putting aside the fact that that these things might not come to fruition this month. You kind of know it, but you're almost acting like you don't know it. You're behaving as though everything's going to go smoothly and everything's fine because you have to get these things done. And so you're kind of turning a blind eye to the fact that your Judgment and your Chariot reversed are here. You know what I mean? And it's a big thing that you're planning to do. It's a big thing that's getting put on hold, but it's for the best, I really do think. So like I said, we're going to clarify in a little bit. But I think it's good because the bigger something is, the more time you want to really focus on it, perfect it, make sure that it's really solid. So I think that it's okay, and I think that this is okay too. This Eight of Swords energy here it's okay that you are kind of ignoring the fact that it's not necessarily gonna be executed this month. You're okay because you still have all that work to do. You're still gonna be focused on this Eight of Wands energy and this 10 of Wands energy. Certainly, you're gonna be really, really in there and on that. And maybe the fact that you're ignoring the fact that it's not necessarily gonna be happening this month is making it possible for you to get so much done anyway. You're just like, fucking, I don't care. I'm doing what I gotta do, and then you'll be prepared when things do happen. Because that's what I'm seeing here with these two. Judgment reversed. Chariot reversed. This is the beautiful Golden Universal Tarot, by the way, if I didn't mention that, sorry. So yeah, I'm seeing like there's some big shifts coming. Big changes. You're really preparing for something really important and really solid, and something that makes you feel like you're kind of stepping out into like a new journey or something new that you've been working on it for a while. This is just because you're feeling more energized about this month does not necessarily mean that the whole thing just started. You know, I'm not seeing any aces here yet. So this could easily be something that you've been working on for a long time and you still haven't lost your momentum. Because you're still ignoring the fact that you might not be able to maybe open that store that you wanted to open or something like that. You don't give a shit. You're just going to keep going and keep working at it, which again, I think is a great idea. But yeah, things are just going to be put a little bit on hold, like that big shift of energy, that goes into just like actually beginning the journey of something new, opening, like a store, for example. That shift, that whole big powerful dynamic that you'll experience, it's going to happen a little bit later. It's just going to be delayed a little bit, but that's not to say that I think it's not going to happen at all. I think that it is going to happen. It's just going to take a little bit more time. So let's clarify these cards so that we can get a little bit more insight into the message of being super stoked about something and kind of ignoring the like tendency to let it kind of go, you know, or like like stop doing it. I mean, just because it's not gonna, you know what I mean? Like I feel like sometimes people, maybe especially even Cancer, if they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, or the whole thing coming together in their mind, if they can't see it actually happening, it deters them from doing it at all. I do not see that energy here. I think you're way more like, I don't care, I'm doing it anyway. So let's clarify this Eight of Wands energy, please. What messages can we give to Cancer for June 2020, Gemini season 2020? They are getting really excited to get things moving again. Really excited. They can't wait to take on that work that they've been putting off or had to put off because of the pandemic. They are excited to get back in the saddle. So let's get some clarification on that, please. Just gonna move these little guys over. Knight of Cups, Four of Cups reversed, King of Swords reversed. So let's see here. I'm thinking you're going to be doing something, what this idea is that you have feels like something that you can really offer to people. Like maybe you're starting an advice column, or maybe you're starting, you're going back, you want to plan to go back to school for psychology or something like that. You want to be a therapist or a social worker. Perhaps something that's much more emotionally driven than mentally driven and intellectually driven. Something that really feels good and makes other people feel good and feel comfortable and supported and happy. Like some sort of emotional support could have very much to do with the things that you're really excited to get started. And whatever ambivalence or apathy or just disinterest that you felt in that thing before is gone. You are just like ready to like have the like big move forward. You're ready to get that clarity about it. You're ready to really put the effort in, I see. And the King of Swords here, excuse me, a little iced tea. The King of Swords here, I think, kind of represents matching the energy here with the Four of Cups reversed. Like being ready to like Stop feeling like it's so unrealized or unfocused. Whatever the idea is here, whatever the emotionally supportive plan that you have is, it's not, you don't want it to be so enigmatic anymore. You really want to put some serious effort into making it a realistic goal and making it a real thing that can really fit into your world. And I think that that's what you're working on in June, or in the beginning of June, maybe the end of May. Let's get these so everybody can see them. So I'm still figuring out my whole setup here. All right, so we understand now kind of what Cancer is working on. And if at this point none of this makes any sense to you, again, check your moon or rising or Venus signs. Because this feels pretty specific. I'm talking to the therapists out there, I guess. All right, let's get some clarity on the 8 of Swords for Cancer, please. Oop. 8 of Swords for Cancer. Again, I think this is kind of ignoring the fact that this doesn't feel, or this doesn't seem like it's going to happen just yet. You know what I mean? It could be that you are just beginning school for psychology and you know that you want a PhD, something really big, but you know that it's going to be delayed and it's going to take a long time to get there. And you know that, you're just ignoring it because if you focused on that too much, you wouldn't do it. You know, it'd be like 8 years of your life that you just like, it just feels like it's not coming to any sort of end. But I really think that that's, you're doing it anyway. So let's get some clarity on this 8 of Swords, please. Oh yeah, baby. What do we got? What do we got? Fabulous. You know, I've got Strength here, 7 of Swords here, and the Magician reversed. I think that part of the reason that you are ignoring this stuff, you know, like ignoring the fact that this is going to take a while, is because you're sick of stealing from yourself. You're sick of it. You're sick of stealing from your future self to satisfy your present self, or your self-pity that you're feeling, or whatever crappy feeling that you're having. You're kind of sick of like taking your own destiny and throwing it in the garbage and betraying yourself. You're sick of not manifesting the things that you want. You want to be here. This strength, this integrity, this like feeling of just inner peace really is what I see a lot with this card. And you want to be here. You don't want to be stealing your own abilities to manifest. The Magician here is reversed. So I feel like you're kind of sick of it. You're sick of that mindset. You know, you like, maybe that's part of why you let this 8 of Swords energy kind of control your life sometimes. And it is very self-victimization oriented, because what you're doing, if you're heavy in this 8 of Swords energy, is you're letting yourself steal from your manifestation. You're letting your thoughts completely like denigrate all of your future plans, and you're letting yourself talk shit about you. And that's just like horrible. Would you let any of your friends would you ever listen to any of your friends talk shit about themselves? Absolutely not. Especially not your friends, because you love your goddamn friends. And so that's the same thing. You have to look at yourself like you are your own best friend also. Don't be talking shit. Don't be taking things away. If you went up to a friend and you said, hey, I want to go back to school for psychology, and they said, you know, that's going to take a really long time. I don't think that's a very good idea. Maybe you should consider not being so close friends with them anymore, because that doesn't feel very supportive, does it? You don't want that. So don't do that to yourself. You want somebody that's going to be like, oh my God, that's a great idea. I believe in you. You can absolutely do it. I know you're already aware that it's going to take a long time and a lot of work and possibly a lot of money that you're going to have to pay back, but I believe in you, and I think that you can navigate those things and handle them. So I think that's what you have to start telling yourself. I am just using the psychology PhD thing as like a rough example. That is the main energy that I'm getting, but it doesn't have to be that, obviously. It's a general reading, right? So yeah, you're kind of like, you're sick of stealing that excitement from yourself. You don't want to take this 8 of Swords or 8 of Wands energy away from you anymore. You want to be living in that and like excited about it and kind of taking on all the almost like to excess. Like even if it is excessive work, it's better than talking yourself out of doing it in the first place at all, right? So you want to be stronger than that. You want to be stronger, because that's a serious strength. To be able to redirect your self-talk is like one of the strongest things you can do. So that's what true strength is. And I love that these are all like yellow, and like it just feels so personal to me. So that's the Eight of Swords energy there. You're not going to be listening to that crap anymore. You're going to go for it. Hopefully, if you're listening to this and you need to hear that, I hope that inspires you to kind of work your way out of that mindset. All right, let's get some clarification on the Judgment card, please. Judgment reversed for Cancer. For Gemini season / June 2020. What is going on with the Judgment card here? What are we looking at? What do we need to let them know about? Feeling like this is the long game card right now in this reading. The long game, baby. Whoop. I'm not great with jumpers. I don't really like using them, so don't get mad. And I shit on no one who does use them. It just doesn't really work for me. I feel like it gets a little muddy when I try to clarify them myself, because it's not necessarily the message that I feel like was supposed to be received by me personally. But again, not talking shit at all. All right, let's get this clarified, please. Yeah, you're gonna be like putting off partying for a while too. You're taking this really seriously. Like I said, this does feel like a very emotionally supportive endeavor, whatever it is that you're doing. Feels like you are what you hope to be doing is to be offering help to people. Could be working with children, or teaching young people of any kind, and wanting to go to school for that. Lots of help. I see like wanting to really assist and help and aid people in their journeys of knowledge, whether that's self-knowledge or book knowledge or whatever it is. I think you want to be a part of that path with them. And I think you'd be great at that. I think Cancers make excellent educators, because they really care. You guys really care about people and their feelings and their experiences a lot. You really can empathize. And then I see you're here looking out at the beginning of the whole journey. You've started to put the work in here with the Eight of Wands. You're going to ignore all those like little thoughts that are telling you not to do it. And you're really planning here. You're really planning on what the next step is and how you're going to do it. And I think that's rad. And you also recognize you're going to have to maybe chill out a little bit because of it. You're not going to be partying so much with the Three of Cups in reverse here. And also, sorry, Page of Cups, Two of Wands. I'm terrible at this. Three of Cups reversed. So yeah, I see you taking this very seriously. You are, even just if you just look at the cards here, this guy, he's just looking over here at his focus, what he really wants to be doing. He's looking away from, the partying and stuff and all the fun and the galas. So you're gonna be maybe putting down the wine on the weekdays. You're gonna be really focused. This is really serious for you. You really want this, whatever it is. And I think it's great. And I think it's all looking great. Like it's whatever it is that you want, it's coming. You'll get it because you are so focused on it that there's no way you wouldn't get it. It'd be crazy not to if you're really this dedicated, So let's get some Chariot reversed energy here. This could even be as simple as school being put off because of the pandemic. Maybe you are about to go away to school. Maybe your plan is to get ready to go away to school in September. So let's get this Chariot reversed energy clarified, please, for Cancer for June 2020, Gemini season 2020. What is the deal with the Chariot reversed? I'm seeing a little, again, the long game I'm feeling. Long game until your chickens come home to roost, or whatever the saying is, till your ships come in. It's going to be a little while, but you're on the path. The Star, the Nine of Cups reversed, and the Five of Swords. Wishes fulfilled. You're gonna really be okay with this. You're gonna be okay with the journey and how it's not happening already. You're gonna really be enjoying it. You're going to be okay with the fact that there's going to be some time, you know, or there are going to be some times here throughout your journey that this is going to be challenging, and it's going to feel like you're not very satisfied and you're not very happy, but you are going to like keep pushing anyway. You're going to keep pushing towards whatever end this is. You're going to keep going. And this here with the Five of Swords feels like victory over this feeling, this like Nine of Cups reversed that could kind of play into this idea here before, stealing from your future self, where you're just like finally okay with the fact that you are maybe not fully completely there yet, or fully completely happy every single second of every single day. That is unrealistic, and it would be boring as fuck. Let's just be honest. So I do think that you are kind of gaining victory over this mentality. You know, you're feeling okay and good about the fact that this is hard and you have to make sacrifices. You have to make personal sacrifices, and you are finally at the point in your life where you're okay with that. And because of that, you will be successful, because if you're okay with it, then you're not going to talk yourself out of it. You know, you're not going to talk yourself out of it, which then leads you closer to your success. It's like as simple as a math problem, you know, it's just the way that it is. Because you are focused on your wishes. You want this to be real. You want this to be true. And I think that it will be, for sure. So now I'm going to get some finalizing energy. This could be, you know, an outcome or just kind of gathering the info. I just let the cards talk to me. I just read what they tell me. All right, for Cancer for June 2020, what is the summation energy here? What are we summing up with? I see a lot of conquering, negative self-talk. I see a lot of hard work being put in. I see a lot of new adventures, new something. You're excited about something that you're putting a lot of energy into. And again, it could have been begun. This idea could have came to you months ago, but it's just now starting to pick up speed in terms of like where you want it to go and what you've kind of like. Maybe you had an idea for the last couple of months, and finally in June, it really starts to solidify, and you can really start to see you just like the pieces have fallen into place here, so you can just really start to work on the planning part of getting that shit together. So let's get some final energy here, please. Yeah, man. I mean, you're ready to go. Put these over here. You're ready to go. You're ready to stop feeling stuck. Eight of Cups reversed here with the Hanged Man reversed. You're ready to stop feeling stuck. You're ready to embrace like moving into a new mindset, because, you know, with all this work that you're doing and moving towards this goal, no matter how long it takes you, the whole entire time, you're going to be like learning so much about yourself and maturing so much. This is going to be a really, really rapid growth period. And I'm not just talking about June. I'm talking about whatever, it could be June. You could be having like a pew, like, you know, growth spurt emotionally in June, certainly. But, you know, this is even just the month where you start to really figure out what that journey is for you, that will bring in all this emotional maturity and growth, really, because you're really ready to move on. You're really ready to stop feeling, I don't know, shitty and stuck. You don't want to feel shitty and stuck. And you certainly don't want to be stealing from yourself, because the more you steal from your future self, the more you feel shitty and stuck. That's it. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of really good moving forward energy. It feels I know it's funny, it's ironic too, because I feel like with the Chariot reversed, I feel like a lot of times I would read that as you can't go anywhere, you're stuck, you're trapped, you're just like done. But like this, it just feels like so movement oriented and like so important. You're really figuring some really cool stuff out in June, and it has a lot to do with you and what your like long-term goals are. This isn't like, is my boyfriend coming back to me? It's not, you know, like this is much more like deep than that. It's deeper than that. You're figuring out what you want out of life, or what you want out of this time in your life, you know, and you're getting there. That's it. You're moving on. you're moving on, and I'm gonna move the camera. Lots of movement here today. Hi again, Cancer. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video and it resonated with you, please like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Because the more I know if you like my style, the more I can do. And I love doing this, so I would love to be able to do this every single day forever. So, you know, help me out a little bit. It's a win-win. So yeah, thank you so much, and check out the next one. I've got my schedule down in the description box, and that's pretty much it. Thank you, darlings. Mwah. Goodbye.